Yoga helps in mental health because it teaches us to breathe. It teaches us how to provide our body the space it needs to learn how to breathe. And in terms of mental health, when we've gone through certain life experiences that have made a mark on us, and sometimes a negative impact on us, then our body gets frazzled. Our body ends up trying to adapt and learn some defense mechanisms that might even be unhealthy for us in the long run. For example, if a traumatic scenario happens, our body learns how to breathe faster, how to get that heart rate going, because we gotta be alert. But that's only good if you need that response. And sometimes in our everyday life, our body forgets that not everything needs that kind of response. So with yoga, we learn to unlearn those things. We learn to breathe instead. And because of that, our mind becomes clear. Our mind adapts because our body learns. And our mind lives in our body. With meditation, if you're not a fan of moving as part of the healing process, meditation teaches us to exist without judgment. To exist and breathe without self-criticism, without trying to be productive. And when you combine the two, it becomes magic. And that's how yoga and meditation can help you with your mental health.
Yoga helped me a lot course through the difficult or rocky roads of my life. In 2015, my papa passed away, and since life still has to move on, I continued practicing yoga, which helped me stay grounded. 3 years after, my mama was diagnosed with cancer and then passed away. I felt like I was out of my center. I questioned life. I stopped practicing yoga, which I really love. After 1 year without yoga, I decided to practice it again. At first, it was really hard because I had to sit down and calm myself and then maybe talk to myself. And then it's like I was back to zero again. And as I practiced more, I realized that yoga is more than a physical practice. It gave me the opportunity to have a deeper understanding of my body, deeper relationship with myself, and eventually I got a bit better with understanding difficulties in life. Yoga gives you the guidance of breath for you to be aware of your present moment, just letting go of your past or letting go of the future and just melting into this moment on what the current situation is teaching you. I try to practice yoga and or meditation as much as I can to always remind me that I am breathing, I am worthy to be alive, and to move in the best way I can. I believe that yoga and meditation can be helpful for our mental health. It helped me, and it might help you too.
So what causes us to suffer mentally? Most of the time, it might be because we're thinking too far in the past, what we could have said, what we could have done, or maybe it's too far into the future, the things that we need to do, where we need to go, or what other people might think. And all of which, as we know, but we may tend to forget, are things that we have no control over. The past is already gone, and the future, no one really knows what will happen. All we have is now, and that is where the practice of yoga comes in. So there are many different styles of yoga, whether it is a physical practice or the seated meditation. They all center on the importance of the breath and how through the awareness of our breath we can anchor ourselves into the present moment. Yoga has been defined as to yoke or to unite. It helps us get a clearer understanding of that mind and body connection. Focusing on our breath and the sensations in our body can allow us to gain a little bit of an insight into our mental space. When we feel our jaws clench, our shoulders start to tighten, our breath getting hurried or short, that those may be indications of how our stress levels are. The sooner we can recognize it, the sooner we can acknowledge it and do something about it. Yoga allows us to meet our body where it is without having to force anything. All it asks is that we show up and work with what is available to us at the moment. If you let it, it can be an amazing tool for transformation, to regain balance and bridge that gap of where we are and where we need to be. It offers us that mental space to slow down, pause, and sit with what is. And that we may be able to reflect on how we can respond effectively instead of just reacting immediately. Our breath is such a powerful resource. Through yoga and meditation, we can master that breath to help serve us better and take responsibility for our own lives. Because in the same way that no one can breathe for you, no one can also live your life for you. Through mastery of your breath, you can also master your own life.
I wanted to share with all of you today how my own practice has helped me a lot and the different benefits that I've experienced by allowing myself to practice yoga. For me, yoga is a very personal practice. It is a soft reminder that you are allowed to take time for yourself. Yoga teaches you about showing up for yourself at your own pace. It teaches you forgiveness, acceptance of your body and mind, and presence, to remind you to be here now. Yoga goes beyond the physical. And I mean, yes, it is so great to feel beautiful and confident and strong in your body. For me, this is one of my favorite gifts that I've received with my own practice. And it comes over time, because I learned that to be able to feel and view my body as beautiful and strong starts with the thoughts that I entertain. Yoga is a great teacher. You make the conscious effort to make time for yourself and learn that it is important to spend time alone and not to be afraid of being alone. When you get on your mat, it becomes a practice between you and your mind and your body. With every movement comes a thought of, oh wow, I can do this? This is so easy. Or, oh wow, this is so hard. I don't know if I can do this. And it's okay, because with those thoughts we learn to accept, to celebrate, to release, and to move forward every single time. You can ask anybody that has practiced yoga that they feel good, they feel happy, and there's a certain glow, there's this certain joy that they resonate. You see it in their eyes, you hear it in their voice. Let your body help you and remind you that you are beautiful and strong. A friend of mine once shared with us that you are loved, you are worthy, and you are enough. There is great love for you here. Yoga is for everybody. Yoga is for you.
I feel like we don't really understand the bigger picture of what yoga actually is and what it does for us, and in terms of mental health, physical health, and I guess also emotional health. Because yoga happens when you actually become aware of, or mindful and or aware of what you're doing. Whether it be breathing, whether it be moving, whether it be resting. Yoga is a constant process of awareness. It's a constant practice. It's something that allows you to become more mindful. It's finding that rhythm whenever the overthinking happens, or whenever the thoughts start racing. It's being able to find that rhythm and slow it down, because that's what happens to the mind when you start to become aware, when every breath becomes part of your awareness. And so the mind starts to quiet down in the sense that it slows down. So in mental health, that's what it does, or at least to my experience, that's what it allows me to experience. My mind starts to quiet down, it starts to slow down, it starts to calm down.
And everything improved, like my outlook in life, and I got to know myself better and my body better. It was just really good for me. And honestly, it was kind of hard for me to meditate at first. I learned to love meditation, and I can say that it really helped me at my lowest points, and it helped me get through all the challenges of my life. And without it, I wouldn't know what to do. I mean, relaxing is just really it's a really hard thing to learn. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I learned it.